Welcome back to Astrovision, Spirituality, and Tarot. So in this video, we're going to be discussing Megan Thee Stallion's new music video, Cobra. If you guys have not checked it out, I advise you to go and check it out. It actually was a very interesting music video, I will say. I liked the color scheme of it. I liked the dark blues, the earthy tones, and just the overall contrast and saturation of the video. So I will definitely rate her A+ on that. But this video that I am doing is going to be about the symbolism within her music video. Now, obviously, given with what Megan has been through, she's been through a lot of transformations, she's gone through death, she's also been through rebirth, and I think that this video can represent that, and it can point to where she is at today in her life. And also, if you're familiar with astrology and if you know anything about astrology, Megan Thee Stallion does have a Scorpio North Node, and people who do have Scorpio North Nodes, their lives tend to involve a lot of death, a lot of trauma. It's a lot of transformations that they have to go through. You know, these people align themselves with powerful people, especially when they're at that higher octave and they're working towards being at that higher vibration. So I will definitely say that Megan is on her natal North Node purpose. With that being said, because Scorpios, it's a energy that is very hard to navigate. It's so deep, it's so intense, it's so dark, and only the people who have this energy are able to navigate it. And so looking from the outside in, it can look chaotic, it can look disastrous, it can look, you know, traumatic. But to that person that's going through this, it's healing for them. It's how they can feel things, it's how they can empathize and sympathize with the things that are around them. You have to remember, Scorpio is somewhat ruled by the element of water, so these people are very emotional. Even though they're like very tough and they're hard body, they're still very emotional. And so that is something that you will see with Megan Thee Stallion, because she does abuse her emotions and she's very emotionally manipulative. And given, you know, the recent outcome with the Tory Lanez situation, I do believe that Tory is wrongfully accused of something that was potentially an issue that should have been handled between Megan and her friend. You know what I'm saying? I do believe that maybe, you know, since they were both involved with Tory Lanez and they both had some type of sexual relationship, but since there's history there and these two know each other, they knew each other before Megan became the celebrity, they knew each other before Megan met Tory, before her friend met Tory. With them having that history, there's gonna also be some loyalty there. So I do believe that Tory is wrongfully facing time for something that he didn't do, and I do believe that Megan's friend is potentially allegedly guilty in that situation. But you know, we're just going to really jump into this video. I don't want to focus too much on that. So starting off with this video, what you will notice with Megan is that she is crawling out of a snake, which can symbolize her being reborn again. You know, her having this Scorpio North Node, she is going to fully embody those characteristics and those traits of someone constantly going through transformations. And so you're going to see, you know, earlier on in this video with her crawling out of this snake. And if you're familiar with snakes, then this can specifically point to Megan Thee Stallion subliminally telling us that she is reptilian, or she's down with the reptilians. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to, you know, just take this to an abstract place. But I will say, if you know anything about Hollywood and just that industry of the conspiracies that surrounds it, reptilian is something that is associated with that secret society. And so it's just something that should be noted, that she is subliminally telling us that she's a reptilian. You know what I'm saying? Earlier on at the start of this video, like, it's blatantly in our faces. So after she comes out of the snake and she's reborn, quote unquote reborn, Megan is speaking to the snake. And she says, as long as I'm getting paid, right, everything will be okay, right? That's a lyric within her song. She says this to the snake. And I do believe that this is a metaphor or some type of poetic way of her symbolizing or symbolically speaking to the devil. She's basically speaking to the devil, and this snake, you know what I'm saying, he assures Megan that she's gonna be okay, you know, and she basically chose her side. She took an oath of secrecy to be a part of that society in Hollywood, you know, and this video can represent that. And I'm pretty sure some of her previous videos that she's uploaded and put out thus far also can represent her allegiance to that secret society. Now, in the next scene, you'll see Megan in white in a room with black snakes crawling on the floor. Now, in this scene, the black snakes on the floor definitely can represent her handlers, they can represent her agents, and they also can represent the toxic people that she allows within close proximity to her. While the white can symbolize, you know, Megan being pure, it can symbolize Megan being youthful and naive and even absent-minded, you know. White can deal with being absent-minded as well. So that's something to take into consideration. And, you know, mind-controlled victims, they're pretty much absent-minded, you know. You have to start with a blank canvas and fill it up. So that is what can be represented here. And then the white room also can represent her imprisonment and being stuck and restricted within this clean, pristine cage, you know. That's how I'm taking this, just from looking at this scene and just, you know, artistically connecting the dots and things like that. I'm taking this as Megan being, especially because she's on a bed, she's laying on a bed, that bed can represent her being on a stage. It can represent her always being on display. And then fast forward to the next scene, you got Megan in some type of glass box, like she's actually an object for real in some type of display. And you see these members of this cult standing around in a circle watching her as she sheds this reptilian skin, you know. So back on the topic of being a reptilian, she's shedding her skin, which symbolizes her being reborn and transforming into a star, especially with these members of this cult standing around her, flashing their cell phones and taking pictures of her. So the lights can represent, you know, the advertisements, the brand deals, the sponsorships, you know. The flashing lights can represent the trinkets that she's gifted, her bonuses at work, the cash advances that she may receive, you know, all the things that seem glistening and golden in life. That's what the lights can represent. But also the people who are holding those lights can represent people that she's in bed with, but doing dark business dealings with. You know what I'm saying? In this next clip, you see Megan going into the desert, doing some type of ritual dance or some seance to call upon the devil. And people actually do this. You know what I'm saying? People actually do this. Out there in Haiti, out there in the DR, even in Mexico, people do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know because my family on my father's side, like his mother is from Louisiana, and her whole family, like, it goes back centuries. Like her family, my grandmother's family, my dad's side, straight Louisiana, Oklahoma territory. And so I know all about that spirit cooking, that magic shit, and even the dark magic, you know, that does exist. And people will summon these dark entities or these deities through these dance rituals and through altars and different weird shit like that. It does go on, I will admit that. And so in this clip, you do see Megan doing some type of dance ritual to summon the devil and attract him. And as they're dancing, as she's dancing with these other dancers, these group of witches or whatever, you will see, like, as the video is slowly progressing towards the end, you'll see that Megan presents this snake, aka the devil, with these 4 eggs. And this is so symbolic of a sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? This is symbolic of some type of offering. The 4 eggs can represent 4 people or 4 things that Megan sacrificed to choose this allegiance to this secret society, or for this fame, or You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what this can represent. And one thing that I've noticed with Megan about her, with her come up, when she became famous, her mother passed away. Her music started to suck. So I believe her mother was writing her music. I do believe she's living her mother's dream. You know what I'm saying? 100%. 100%. And most kids who are in the spotlight, they're living their parents' dream. They're cash cows for their parents. They're money machines. You know what I'm saying? And so I do believe that when her mother passed away, that can represent one of the eggs, that can represent a sacrifice. She sacrificed Tory Lanez. We spoke on that. That definitely is one of the eggs, you know. She also sacrificed a few pregnancies, allegedly. Popping Plan Bs, having a drinking problem. So, allegedly she did that. That can represent an egg or two. And she willingly, you know, sacrificed her morals and her integrity. You know, integrity comes with that. Integrity comes with morals and having morals. So she sacrificed that on the way to the top. And also, the number 4 represents betrayal. It represents opportunity. It represents instant gratification. And it also is ruled by Uranus, which deals with the zodiac sign Aquarius. And guess what? Megan Thee Stallion is an Aquarius, you know. So this is just me breaking down the symbolism within this video. Take it for what you will. Definitely comment down below if you have anything that you want to add to my commentary. And I'm gonna end the video here, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.